think we might have our next guest.
And our next guests are Rhys Yates and Jade Pavely. Now, Rhys is doing the WRC 2. And Jade, are we going to have chairs? Yes. Are you all right there, George?
I'm all right, thank you. Yeah, I'm good for a minute. Yeah.
You can interview Rhys if you want. Go on, ask him a question.
I saw Rhys on the stage today.
Go on, ask him a question.
You look very relaxed drinking his coffee.
Jade? Here she comes.
Coffee was shocking as well.
I can't do that now. Welcome, Jade. The most beautiful thing on the stage, I must say.
Hold on.
George
is sat here.
Look at you, Harry Potter. Huh?
So I can see your pretty face.
Have you got a wizard or a wand?
A wand.
Now then, Rhys Yates, how's it going?
Yeah, good. Thank you.
Big rally. You've had a great season. You've driven a Ford. You crashed that. You've driven
crashed a Skoda.
You've driven a Skoda. You crashed that as well. So now you're going to have a go in a Hyundai, all the way from Swansea. Hyundai. What's the reasoning behind the change to the Hyundai?
Just, try something different, try a different car and try and just gain a bit of experience in different cars. So we drove, like I say, we drove a Ford. We didn't crash the Ford.
Oh, I apologise.
Yeah, we crashed the Skoda.
You did hit it though, somewhere, I'm sure, didn't you?
Tapped it, but we smashed the Skoda up in Ypres, but it's been a good year.
So, I mean, you've done a lot of, obviously, WRC this year, WRC 2. You did BRC, you did European Championship, and now World Championship. What's it been like making the step to World Rallies this year?
Like I say, we did the BRC, ERC, and WRC and tried to kind of use that progression. Last year, we tried to do as much as we can, really, and kind of have that variation between different events. And, it helped, but at the same time, the WRC is like, another step again, but it takes time and you get used to it a little bit, and it's been good.
And then you did Gymkhana Grid, which do you know much about Gymkhana Grid?
It's Ken Block in America.
Is it? It's like an auto test with rally cars, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just ripping tires and just sliding around. Someone said to me the other day, he says that must have got boring. I'm like, how does that get boring? It's awesome. You just slide around and just.
Where was
fun.
it?
In Poland, in Warsaw.
In where?
In Warsaw, in
Poland.
And like thousands of spectators and.
There were more viewers, I think, rather than spectators. The stands were full, but it were more viewers for like Monster and stuff like that. So it was a good experience.
What did you drive?
Hyundai,
oh,
R5,
right.
yeah. So we were against like Ken Block and his Cosworth and Solberg brothers were in the rallycross cars, and it was a good experience. Good fun, It took me back to like my racing motocross days. Like I'm sat on the line, like my hands were like shaking a little bit, and I was like, "Why are you nervous?"
And you go around in circles then, or is it a rallycross course, or what?
It's a bit like a super special, really.
It's like an auto test.
An auto test.
Big auto test.
Yeah, just big donuts. You hit stuff on purpose, and
like what?
Exercise balls. Have you seen one of them before?
Oof.
You walked into that one, come on.
I think you can quietly say that was 1-0.
Harry Potter coming at you.
1-all. Exercise balls.
So, it was good fun, and the exercise balls, you had to slide into them and hit them with the car. So,
And what was the point of this? Was it for social media? Was it for Facebook? Was it for Ken Block's?
Yeah, it was like Ken Block's. Ken Block, like, kind of created it, I think, like 10 years ago, and then Monster got involved, and it's like a big event for, like, Monster Energy, so.
And they involved in that thing that's coming to Cardiff. What's that other bloke? What's he do? The other American one drove the Subaru.
Pastrana, Travis Pastrana.
What's he involved with?
Nitrous Circus,
See, he's that age. Look, he's got that Nitrous Circus look about him. Look. Upstairs in the bedroom, watching nothing but Nitrous Circus, so he says. Huh? He lives downstairs. He lives in a bungalow, does he? Downstairs, then. You watch the neighbour's son, they'll be looking in on you. Especially that old boy from next door. Nitrous Circus, that kind of thing.
No. Similar. Not really. Nitrous Circus have nothing to do with it. But it's Ken Block. It's Ken Block and that Gymkhana and just sliding. You've seen the Gymkhana videos on YouTube.
Yes.
It's like that.
So, but 4 of you going around, or lots
Two of you. One,
right.
The exact same track on either side, and you race round, and then you get an overall time for that. It was a really cool and.
And how did that come about to do that?
Through Monster Energy. Yeah. So we got invited to kind of just go along, and they're all like, who's this rally driver? And you get all the rear-wheel drive guys there, like the drift. They're like big over there, and yeah, it was good. It was good. I definitely want to go next.
You've done a couple of these kind of events because you did the Monza Rally as well, which the Monza Rally, for anybody who's seen it, like the rally that they hold every year at Monza that Valentino Rossi invariably wins. I mean, that looks an amazing event.
Yeah, and that's similar. You know, the Masters show that they do on the Sunday is similar to that, and yeah, it's the Monza's another great kind of just good fun. You know, after this year, and it is so much fun going rallying, but the risk is so high that you kind of have a big slide on one and you pull a wheel off, and on them you get a bit more space and a bit more fun, and you can kind of relax a little bit more. So, yeah, they're good to just kind of throw in and have some fun.
Now, obviously, Monster Energy, they're a sponsor, so it's keen to get the sponsorship, keep the sponsors happy. Is this all pulling into a deal for next year for WRC2 or even WRC possibly? What's the plan? What are we going to expect to see from Rhys Yates next year?
Yeah, it'd be nice. It'd be nice if that could kind of tie in with what we're trying to do next year, and if it all comes off, that'd be great. And on top of that,
what are you trying to do next year?
WRC2.
WRC2 again.
Yeah.
And do you know what car then? Have you?
We don't know what car, and that's what we're kind of.
You're still trying them all.
Yeah, we're still trying.
You haven't had a Volkswagen yet, have you?
No.
You need one of them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put
Not a Citroen. You don't want one of them, I don't think. Do you?
We don't want to see one of them, do you?
We'll ask later.
Maybe if it's free. What about the difference between the Hyundai and the Skoda and the Ford? Because the Skoda looks the part. You get the proper job from the factory.
Yeah.
It is the ticket, like, innit?
Yeah. Well, we got the customer car. I've never had to go in a factory car as such, but yeah, the Skoda, we've done a year and a half in the Skoda now and kind of got to know it really well and how it works and everything about it. And it is an easy car. I'd say it's an easy car to drive fast. It's quite predictable and it reacts. It feels shorter, although it can't be short. I don't think some homologation as far as shorter than like the Fiesta and the Hyundai. It just reacts really, really quick.
So why did it crash it then? You opened yourself up for that. You said it was the easier car to drive, like.
Just because the corner, my speed was right. The corner was too tight. Yeah.
Didn't you?
That was James's fault. No, it wasn't.
Didn't you? Nothing is ever James's fault. Whoa, now. When is he, Morgan?
He's not in here.
It's never his fault. If he came in here and saw me, he reckons he gets a headache.
I can understand
He
that.
said that to me once. He said, Davis, we were having breakfast. He said, I've only just sat down for breakfast. I've got a headache already. And I thought that was quite an insult, actually.
He says the same to me, to be fair.
But to be fair with him, he's a very, very, very good co-driver.
Yeah, definitely. I'm only joking. It weren't his fault.
He's got a fantastic delivery. He's got a fantastic voice.
Yeah.
He's got the voice of a Valley Commando from South Wales, isn't he? Huh?
Yeah, he's very
it's
well.
It's really annoying, isn't it? Right?
But easy to listen to.
It's easy to listen to, and it's got a really good vocal. I'm talking shit now. It's got a very good vocal scale.
Yeah,
now,
definitely.
Right? And if you get, like, say, if you've got somebody who talks like that through the nose a little bit, they're very difficult to understand in personals because it's the same vocal tone. But James, he can lift.
He sings a little bit, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's very good, very good.
Yeah,
but he's quite on it, isn't he? And he doesn't know when to stop, and he's a little bit feisty, like, and that's played.
Hits you with a pencil.
Yeah, hits you with a pencil. Yeah, that's been his downfall a little bit. But because you've tried a few co-drivers, haven't you?
Yeah.
And it's finding that sweet spot. It's a difficult old job. You spend a lot of time together. You've got to get on, haven't you? It's no good having somebody you don't gel with, like.
Yeah, we have been a bit of a player with co-drivers, and we've just tried different ones, some experienced ones, some not so much experienced ones. And
speaking of which, where is Brimore? Where's he gone?
Yeah, Brimore, yeah.
You know, you can give you a review of Brimore, because I think he just
Wait,
went next door.
Brimore sat with you,
He sat me, first event I ever did with back end of 2013, Cambrian Rally in a Suzuki Swift, yeah. And he sat
Where is Brimore?
I think he went next door.
He went next
He's
door.
We're safe.
He
We're
shot
safe.
out.
Yeah, so, but yeah, James has been good. He's got some WRC experience, and he has really helped me this year to kind of.
And you went off twice apparently in EPA, didn't you? You didn't just go off once.
Yeah.
You went off on the first.
We had one go, and then we had a proper go then the second day. Yeah.
It's a hell of a rally, mate, isn't it? Huh?
Yeah.
It's mad rally because you're not on the road. You can actually say for probably 25% of the rally, you're off the road.
Yeah.
It's bloody crazy.
Yeah.
And it's knowing how deep to go and where to go and where not to go.
Yeah, sometimes it works for you on the inside and you can cut and you can kind of carry more speed, but then if you go on the outside and into that ditch on the right, or if you're going through a right-hander on the left, yeah, it doesn't end too well. So, yeah, there's not much.
Did you find it a difficult event to, well, obviously, to...
We've not had much luck there. We haven't had much luck there in Ypres. And in my defence, like when you watch onboards back, it makes me more frustrated because I tried to be really... Last year, I tried to go out on the first stage and win the rally on the first stage, went off like 4 times. And I tried to, just be a bit more consistent and just try to stay out of trouble. And we made 2 mistakes. Like the first one, tried to go flat through a left and we found the only tree on the stage and smashed the rear arm. So then we kind of were fighting with the car and then it threw us into the ditch. And then the second one, I'd marked up as a flat left and it went flat. So, yeah, that way.
I watched the qualifying stage. I watched your qualifying stage. Yeah. That was awesome. That was absolutely awesome. You were inch perfect there.
Yeah,
it was brilliant. Yeah. But it all went tits up after that, didn't it? You know, massively.
Yeah, it did. Yeah. We did, and we restarted because we thought I could be back at the pace we could kind of be comfortably, and really we shouldn't have gone back out the next day. But you live and you're learning. Qualifying stages, though, I love qualifying stages. The ARC do the qualifying stage, and I think it kind of builds the atmosphere, doesn't it, for the event? I think they're good fun.
Yeah. A rally lasts a bit longer than that, though. Normally.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You can't win on the qualifying stage or shakedown, but I always try.
Fantastic. We'll move on because Jade's getting a bit bored there. I can see she was playing with her hair. And the girls, when they're bored, they play with their hair, don't they? You know, or they get their credit cards out and go spending money. And Jade, you've had a good year. You've progressed. What have you been doing? I saw you in the range and I saw you down on Epint.
Yeah, that was
Some
last
really
year now.
difficult events. What have you been up to?
So last, was he?
Is he sneaking?
Is he coming to talk about his co-driving performance alongside Rhys?
No? You missed that, Pringle. Go on, talk.
So Howard was just on about what events you were doing this year. So tell us a little bit about your year so far.
Well, just from what Howard said. So last year I did the Welsh Tarmac Championship, which is the first kind of consistent championship that I did. And it was the first time on proper pace and notes, doing proper rallies, as such, at Epping. And that's where you saw me and did your little Facebook thing. But I did the full championship and I managed to keep it on the road, which was good. And I won the King of Epping class and I won the junior title, which I'm too old to do this year, which is a shame. But this year I've been really lucky and I've been driving a Jaguar for their F-Type rally car, which is on the Colwyn Bay stages on Saturday.
So what's that? Tell us what it is. It's a what?
It's an F-Type rally car. They know the one with no roof that's completely impractical, but it's a rally car as such.
An F-Type rally
car?
car?
Yeah, you've not seen it. Yeah,
no.
It's an F-Type.
That's a sports car?
Yeah, it is.
What engine's in that then?
It's the 2-litre engine. It's the 300 PS one. So what they've done is...
Has it got a roof on it?
No.
It has led to Jade getting muddy on a couple of occasions this year, I've seen.
I get soaked all the time.
And where do you drive that on the... Where have you been doing that on the...
So basically they built this car because Jaguar spend on stuff. And I got a phone call at work at Honda, which is a bit awkward because Jaguar rang me at Honda. But they phoned me and said, Jade, can you drive on Friday? And this was a Tuesday. And obviously, like I said, yes. And I had to go...
It does help your dad owns the garage,
yeah, I had to get a day's holiday, but I managed to wangle it. So they asked me to drive the car and just take journalists out and stuff. And it's this... So basically, it's an F-Type. It's fairly standard, but with more dampers. It's got roll cage and extinguishers and stuff. And they just asked me to take journalists out in it. And
are they doing the rallies in that and rally program? Did you say?
We did Goodwood, and we've done lots of stuff at Fen End and all that kind of thing. So it's just been basically like an anniversary car. So Jaguar did a bit of rallying back in the 50s, and they won the Alpine Rally with is it Ian Appleyard?
Yeah.
Should know. And it's kind of homage to that. So I've been really fortunate and had that opportunity.
And is there more of that again next year?
Apparently, so actually on Saturday, it's the last time that car will ever be driven, and then they put it into the Heritage Collection. So that's the end of that.
That's pretty special, that, isn't it?
That's pretty cool, yeah.
Pretty cool to have your name on that wall, like. Yeah.
Sorry?
Yeah, it's pretty cool to have your name on that wall, isn't it? You know, that you've driven that car. And
yeah,
that is pretty special.
Are you driving it on Saturday?
Yes, I am, on the Colwyn Bay stages. And if it rains, then I'm just going to have to get completely soaking wet. And hopefully I'll get somebody to show me which way to go, so...
And then today with North Wales Honda, you've been hosting Scrutineering.
Yes, we have. So yeah, I didn't know what top to wear tonight. I had a Jaguar top and a Honda top, so I've just gone neutral.
And you drive a Subaru.
Yeah, and I drive a Subaru, yeah, which is really complicated. But yeah, so my Subaru will be back out at Alton Park, and I'll do the Welsh Tarmac Championship again next year and try and win it outright. So that's my aim.
And events in the Welsh Tarmac Championship, there's Epping, there's Pembrey, T. Croes, Rangers.
Yeah.
Where else? Carwent?
Carwent, yes, I haven't done that one
You
yet.
haven't been down there.
And I want to do this rally next year as well. That's on the list. I was actually going to do it, and I was so excited, but I couldn't say no to, Jaguar saying to drive my car.
So we've heard a little bit about your plans for next year and yours, Rhys. We haven't heard much about your plans for next year, George.
No plans. Well, you've not heard about my plans. But in terms of what plans I've got, nothing at the minute. We have some meetings coming up sort of in the next month or two, and over obviously the winter time to prepare for next year. I know what I'd like to do, but trying to make that materialise is easier said than done, certainly. But obviously the natural progression from me from the BTRDA, from 2 years we've done the R2, done the historic, tried forward drive, and we've been successful in sort of one in each one. Would be probably go to the British Championship or the Junior World Championship. So yeah, it's one of those two, most likely the British Championship, but we have to wait and see what happens in the next couple of months, I guess.
Never gets easier, this job, does it?
Never. Fantastic. Just last question now to you, Rhys. What about the rallies in the World Championship? Which are the classic events? Which is the most difficult? And which is the most enjoyable?
From the rallies I've done this year.
Yeah. Because they're all different.
They're all different, yeah. They're all. I'd say Germany is like, you underestimate Germany. I think the vineyards and how narrow it is with the massive drops to the left or to the right are quite scary as such. And I don't think it helped after, I crashed on Ypres as well, so it was an event after that as well. But Monte Carlo for the weather. Sweden, I'd probably say, was the most enjoyable event, definitely. Yeah, the speed and the banks, and yeah,
it's tiny tyres with studs in, and your sort of lateral grip, side grip is massive, isn't it? And when you're stopping, it's massive.
Yeah,
but there's no lateral grip, so the cars are sideways going down the road, aren't
yeah,
they?
Yeah,
it's like...
It's crazy. It is crazy.
It's a hooligan's dream.
It is, definitely. And the banks save you a lot, and you can bash into them. You just lose a lot of bumpers, but...
Difficult events then? Difficult events you thought, oh, God, that was hard?
Germany, I'd probably say. Germany. Like, Monte Carlo, I think, is, the ultimate kind of dream event from my side, and that was a great tick in the box, but that was kind of like a scary event, so I kind of really respected it and kind of really took my time. And I'm not saying I don't respect they're all difficult in their own way, but yeah, I'd probably say Germany. I'd say I struggled, and Corsica was a great event as well. They're all good events. They're all great events, and they're all different in their own way.
Fantastic, guys. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming.
Thanks.
Have a great rally. Enjoy yourself. Jade, have a great next year. George, are you going to watch the rally? What are you going to do?
I am going to go back to work tomorrow morning, and then I'll, of course, be watching it on WRC Plus.
Fantastic.
In the corner.
Guys, George Lepley, Rhys Yates, Jade Pavely, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers.
Thank you.